What's up, everyone? Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you guys are doing all right out there. I'm Zach Westfall, and welcome to the beginning of the week. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And thank you to everyone out there that has. We got 25 subscribers, which is fantastic. So I want to thank you guys. And thank you for joining me, man. Dude, we are halfway through August already. And it just seems so weird because, that means fall is amongst us. And, it's just creeping in real slow, but at the same time, man, it's just, August is flying. So, and that also means that school's back for some of you guys out there, or starts up soon for some people. So if you're doing school or thinking about participating in some sort of school, I want to say good luck to you guys out there. And I guess that also means that yesterday was your last weekend of your summer. So for all you families out there, that are trying to get out there to do your last minute, shopping for school supplies and all that other rigmarole stuff, I hope you guys didn't have to, World War III that thing to try to go get a couple number 2 pencils and some loose paperback bookware or whatever you want to call it, some notebook paper. And that means new clothes too. Good clothes, man. Because, over the summer, your son might have hit that, maturity spurt. You know what I'm talking about? So now his legs and arms, they don't fit into the holes of his clothes, or they just don't fit on him, because he's just germinating right out of them. Right out of those Levi's or those, whatever, out of those freaking denims, that he was wearing last year. And so with that going on, since he's hitting this maturity spurt, he's probably, he probably has some new arrangement of some body hair going on someplace, or some area, I guess, because, the beginning of summer, he was holding down that baby face. And now you got that Teen Wolf look going on, that's just growing out of your face. And, and maybe he's got some butt in between his legs, and your daughter's, shirts are increasing in size, because she's developing those Life Baby bottles, that are natural. And that could happen for her, that could happen. That could happen while she was just walking down the street all of a sudden. All of a sudden she looks down, oh, God, what? How, where these, what's this? What's going on right here? I got some new pointers, some daggers. I got something going on the, between, my neck and my rib cage. Something's going on. So, and what? Shit, it could have happened, overnight. Who knows? Anything, because she's growing up. Everyone's growing up, and that's just how it goes sometimes, But now, you got to get out there and get some new threads, something new to give you, more of a upbeat, look, I guess. Because, new clothes. You remember new clothes? Going back to school with new clothes? Dude, it was just so fun with the new clothes. It was so exciting because, you got to show off all your new stuff. Because maybe your mom or maybe a grandmother or, probably not a stepdad because he's not into that sort of thing or whatever. But, maybe, he or she, maybe picked out, an outfit or two. So, you know, so you just, I don't know, you kind of just, you, it just, they wanted you to look like you were taken care of, I guess, more than anything, you know? And, and man, I remember, I'd pull my new clothes out and I'd put them out, like on my dresser or maybe, hang them on a couple, clothes hangers or something like that. And I just look at them and then I envision myself in them. And that just just made me feel so like I don't know, just new. Like I was reborn or something. I just couldn't wait to get into my new shoes and all that sort of stuff. And damn, I remember one year, hell, I just slept in them one year. I just wanted to have that special feeling of having new stuff on my body. And it was I just remember it was so invigorating just to have it, because new stuff is always exciting to have, and I mean, and with the new thread look, what you got if you're wearing 800 thread cotton or whatever you got going on your body or whatever, you get all dressed up and you just feel like $1 million because everything's just brand new, And so like while you're doing yourself up, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, ooh, okay, there we go. Here he is. And then you're like, oh, but wait, can't forget about the hair, huh? So, for me, I used to do my hair up. I used to spend like 15 minutes just trying to get my hair the right way I wanted it, I'd have that beautiful little wave in the front, like coming out. And I'd probably use like half a damn bottle of gel or something like that, just so it would stay together, almost, because I had hair like Mark Paul, what's that dude's name? Mark Paul Grossler, fuck, dude, I don't know how to pronounce his damn name. I'm surprised I even remember his name. But that cat from Saved by the Bell, he has the same name. He had the same name as me, and we both kind of wore the same same similar hairstyles, that sort of deal. If you remember that show, Saved by the Bell, because when I was growing up, I had that blonde, and I guess I had that luscious look, that blonde luscious look, and so I'd go in there, I'd put that hair cement in. And, once I got to school, all the girls would come over and want to feel on it, just because it looked different from everybody else's. And because I was rocking a new hairstyle that no one else had. And it was just, I'll just say, plain and simple, it was beautiful. It was so nice to have it. And so, it was just, my focus went into just that right there. And then you put everything together, the clothes, the hair, I got these big ass ears that didn't really, help me out. So I had to, do something else to try to, discourage the look of these things. But it was, my hair would just hold together so nicely until recess rolled around, because when you're outside and you're playing in that Texas heat, I'm telling you, man, you start sweating, and you got LA, the LA looks gel just dripping into your eyeballs, and by the time you had to go inside for the next 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever, my hair went from looking like a masterpiece to looking like just pure unadulterated, like shit, But I'll take it. I'd take it, because if I could get my hair to look fly for more than half the day or whatever, and then look like crap for the rest, I figured that, I felt like it was an accomplishment for me, because now this hair is just kind of doing its thing, and it's just kind of subsiding and kind of, it's falling out on itself, and it's just not, I just would do anything to go back to the style that I had, man, because man, if I could I wish I had a picture right now to show you guys, just to show you how blonde and beautiful it used to look like. But man, just school in general, the first days, the first weeks of school was just, I remember coming back after summer and everything. You come back to school and it was like a mystery in a way, because you got to see everyone all over again, and it's just people that you hadn't seen all summer. It's been like 2 or 3 months, so everyone kind of looked different, or they were into different. They were into different shit. Somebody's in just everyone looked different. You got someone's in a cast. Someone's been juicing. Somebody's been, someone's driving now. That sort of thing. Someone died. You're like, oh shit, Derek died? How? What? And it was like, but who's Derek? But he's dead? Okay. Because everybody had something going on during the summertime. Pamela just got her braces off, not out of her mouth, but out, off her legs and all that stuff, and now she's running track. Just people had their own things, Britt got hit with that sex change, and now he's Britney, and now he's doing like fingernail painting and stuff like that. And it was just a beautiful thing to come back to, because it was like you were like meeting new people for the first time, but you already knew all these people, but since they were doing something new and you were doing something new, it was kind of like taking a break from a relationship and then coming back and being like, so what you been up to? And you guys got tons of stuff to talk about, and I've mentioned it before, we really didn't have a lot of money growing up or anything. So vacations, they weren't really happening for us. Our vacations, I've said it before, our vacations were going through to a drive-in, or maybe a rodeo or something like that. Because, Mom used to do horseback stuff, horseback riding, horseback this, horse that. So, a lot of our summers were just dedicated to just, that sort of thing. But, you'd see people, you'd see people come back from vacations that they took during the summer, and they would come back with like, an I Love New York purse, or a Philadelphia, I Love Philadelphia headband or something like that. They had all this New York gear going on, and and I used to get so jealous of those people all the time, just because, like they got to do stuff that I wasn't able to, and And then, once school came back into session and everybody was amongst each other again, I kind of felt like I was, like I had caught up to their status and they had lowered down to mine, I guess, if you want to say it there. But, I was just jealous because all these people got to, they got to visit these places and I never got to. So, the only time we got to visit anywhere is if we moved, man. And let me tell you this, we moved quite frequently. So, but that's just what it was, man. And in certain cases, I want to say that was a good upbringing for me, because I know a bunch of people that have they've stayed in one place, grew up in that place, and now they've stayed in that place. They haven't ventured out and lived in New Mexico or Florida or, Minneapolis or any of those places, And I could say that I've done that. And, but, it is what it is. And, that's the past. And now I'm here, I'm alive. And that's all that really matters right now. So, but man, I remember that there was this one occasion. Everyone has embarrassing moments, man, especially on the first day of school, because you're all tensed up because you just don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. That sort of thing. So there was this one occasion on the second day of school, right? That I had this misfortune of standing in a pile of dog doo, right before getting on the bus. And, I didn't know that I did it or anything until, well, I didn't really know, but I started, I got off the bus, was walking around school and that sort of thing. And this is when, this particular school that I went to, they had, and I don't know if you guys had this or not, but they had carpets in the classrooms. And so, here I am. I'm just leaving this, this duty trail, I guess, all around the way into the classroom. And sure enough, my fourth grade teacher, Miss Hill, she pulls me off to the side and says, she told me to take off my shoes and everything, which was embarrassed because, I was just, back then it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm that duty kid. I'm that kid that just brings, dog shit with him to school. And it's like, God, no, why did this have to happen now? And so, she made me take my shoes off and leave them outside. And now I'm the only one in class without shoes on. And the whole class just smelled like a damn Labrador had that strong German Shepherd smell. And damn, man, I just remember, that sticking out in my mind more than anything. And it was what it was. And of course, for the first week, I got that, I'm that duty kid, oh, what else are you going to bring to school? That sort of thing. What else are you going to trail of tears into this damn, carpeted classroom, so, but dude, one thing that I started thinking about when it came down to this whole school thing is, nowadays school's different from when I went to school, because, we went to the only school that was really around, or at least that's what I thought was around, was traditional school, which was pretty much quote unquote public school. But now people are, putting their kids in all types of schools. You got private schools and magnet schools and, man, what was that one that I just heard of the other day? Starts with an R, Regio, Reggio Emilia schools or something like that. And I don't even know what, I don't even, I mean, what the hell is Reggio Emilia, Reggio Emilia or something like that? I mean, it just sounds like we're just braiding pasta all of a sudden now instead of like learning, our ones and twos and ABCs. But I'll say if you got a child or a little boy or a little girl, that's going to those schools, I hope you guys turn out, um to be something, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, man. I since I grew up in public schools, you know, if I have a kid, man, they are going to public school. We aren't going to Fernleaf Institution of, the Grand Academy for, charter privileged, uh, you know, white kid, this and that. Like, we aren't doing that, And then when you got some parents out there that are like, I wanted a kid, but now, I mean, I really didn't want the kid. So, military schools, there it is, And maybe I'm speaking out of term, and maybe that's not the only reason why they send them there. But usually, I always had this thought in my head that military school was for, the kids that were, setting fires to people's cars and, trying to Dahmer out a damn feline's bottom or something like that, Um, but I just, for me, it will always be public school. I want them to learn the stuff that I learned, because we all have parents that are afraid of their, you know, parents are always afraid of their kid like learning something bad, like I've heard that so many times, that um that some people around here, we got a high school around here. It's the high school that I went to. That parents are just afraid of sending their kids there because they're thinking that they're gonna, learn something bad or get bullied or, something like that because it's a private school or a public school. I'm sorry. And it's like, well, damn, man. I mean, are they gonna learn more about life going to a private school where they're like doing up Easter eggs in the middle of November and petting sheep and doing farm work out there, whatever they're doing, while they're trying to, read, To Kill a Mockingbird or something like that, or are they gonna, learn a little bit more about life, like getting into a public school that's surrounded by, poor kids, rich kids, and kids that that are struggling with a disability or four or something like that, like, because that's just a melting pot to me, man. A public school is real life to me, and and maybe I'm off, maybe I'm wrong, but I just I don't know, man. I'm just all for public schools, I guess, because that's my that's what's in here, right here, and here, and who knows? That's probably why I'm a little off too. So, but man, either way, I know you parents are probably looking forward to having your kids out of the house and back in school, because it gives all you guys a little bit of a breather, because, man, having to put up with the kids all summer long I know it's exhausting. It's gotta be. I mean, I've dated a couple women that have kids, so I know what that summertime, priority. What are we doing today? From running them to camp to the swimming pool. Go play laser tag. Can I go to a friend's house? That sort of thing. On top of you trying to work, your regular schedule, you know, I'm just sure that you guys are so looking forward to just wanting to you just want to put these kids back into school. It's either them going back to school, or you're going to put them up for an adoption because, it's better than murdering them. You know what I'm talking about? Because my God, holy God, dude, if I had to walk in my mom's shoes, man, and I know my mom wanted to just take me out sometimes, because I was a troublemaker, She never knew what was happening, during the summertime. She just left us alone all the time, and so she didn't know what she was going to come home to during the summer hours, if we were even home at the moment. We didn't write notes up saying that we're going to be at, Adam's house or Jeremiah's or anything like that. So I guess my thought is, my applause to all of you parents doing what you got to do to make it all work, man. I guess that's what I'm getting at. But God, school is, oh boy, I'm telling you, man, if I could just go back and pick out my outfits again and do up this, boy, God, I'm telling you, man. Anyways, good luck to everyone this school year. Hope everyone comes out all right. Parents, kids, and all. Teachers, God, man, you guys are, I will never understand why they don't pay you more. That's just all I can say. You guys deserve like a $5,000 bonus every year or something. Because, man, the stuff that you guys got to put up with, just unbelievable. But, man, what else has been going on? I heard that there is a new Viagra coming out, maybe. And it's made, and you guys probably won't believe me, so you might want to look it up or whatever, but it's made of spider venom. So now we're gonna be shooting spider loads into on walls, and hopefully trying to climb or crawl up those little guys for a moment. Maybe we're trying to. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but supposedly this spider is a Brazilian spider. And it, one bite can lead you to, having that wiener stand up on all fours and saluting you for about 4 hours or so. But there's some side effects to it too. So supposedly there's, if I remember correctly, you got like loss of muscles, and you got some severe pain here and there, and it could cause difficulty breathing in certain cases, and that could probably lead to death, I guess, because if you can't breathe, then right? So if you got that soft ween and you're hooked up to a CPAP machine during the night, or maybe an oxygen tank, maybe you're wheeling one of those heavy guys around. This road is probably not likely for you. It's probably not the road you want to take right now. Unless you're just out there and you just want to take a stab at it like OJ and try it out. Then I say, man, if you're willing to go for it, then I say live a little and get in there and do it. Just go for it. And if God says it's your time, at least, you're pointing up at those pearly gates. Probably not with a finger or whatever, but with your wiener. So, but that was crazy, man. Supposedly it's hitting in Canada and some stores in America or something like that, man. I wish I had the article in front of me to like really get in there and look at it. So, but man, what else has been going on? I sat down and watched that Johnny Manziel Netflix Untold thing, that premiere or whatever. And to be honest, man, I don't like Johnny Manziel. I mean, I'll take the time to find out why and how much of, a fuck bag this dude is, because literally this guy had everything going on. He had everything. And I get like an 18-year-old getting put in that position is, it's a little, it's a big undertaking, I would say, but damn, man, when you won the Heisman and, you got a nickname and you went to, he went to the same school my brother went to. So my brother was all about, Johnny football or whatever. But dude, this guy had every opportunity and he just blew it. He just completely wrecked it all. All because of like his irrational way of looking at how things should be done, man. And I hope he understands that, people just wish that they had had an opportunity like this dude. I mean, he's just getting, he tried to go behind the NCAA with the endorsement deal, and it's just, I mean, this guy, and don't get me wrong, man, I truly think that, student athletes, dude, they should get paid. They should. It's just a matter of, once it happens, if they did start getting paid and that sort of thing, my question is, would it get into their head too much? Because that could be easily done. Like you think that you're living here, and then once you start making that money, you start living up on this pedestal, and then you kind of forget about where, you kind of came from in a way. Your head balloons up. And most people can't go back. And sometimes when that happens, I think they lose a little bit of their, it seems like they don't have to try as hard, if that makes any sense, I guess. It just seems like they, once they get splashed with all this cash and the fire gets turned up on them and that sort of thing, because, they're feeling themselves a lot more. Would they forget why and how they got there in the first place? Because, most people, you look at any other, a student athlete going into any professional program, you get hit with all this money and all that. And next thing you're, instead of investing it or doing something, doing something useful with it. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was a receiver, and he's a famous receiver, man, but when he got into the NFL and everything, he didn't go out and buy a house or anything. He just lived at the training facility for like 2 years. He didn't buy any cars. He didn't do this. He just kept his money because I guess, he just thought, he didn't know what was going to happen tomorrow. And that's a smart dude right there. The man's got that think tank, really wrapped, really duct taped on his body. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, he's really executing on all cylinders up in this medulla oblongata, you know. And you know, Shaq went out when he first got into the league. He went out and bought a BMW or something like that, and put a fucking fish tank or something in there. You know, or put like fish bowls in his speakers or something like that. So and you know that goldfish is in there, you know, just you know, you know, boom, you know, because he's dropping it like, you know, I mean, he's spinning that goldfish's membrane into fucking nothing. I'm surprised the fish is just like not floating on it, you know, that sort of thing. You know, because I'll tell you one little possibility is shit, I lost that thought, man. Dang. I don't know. Maybe the goldfish was just like, every time I come around, like, bing, bing, you know, that sort of thing. And maybe the goldfish is all decked out, you know. Goldfish has got extra gold on him. Who knows? But overall, you know, and Shaq still has all that money because it's Shaq. But damn, who wants a goldfish in their damn speakers in their car? You know? I mean, it's not for me. It's not for, you know, and maybe I'm just, you know, maybe if I had the money, maybe I would. I don't know, but damn, man, invest in your funds, you know, and you know, do it up properly. Don't do what old Johnny Manziel did. And Johnny just fucking drank his freaking life away pretty much. And now, instead of playing for the Cleveland Browns or whatever else, you know, whoever else, whatever team, you know, now he's just whatever he is now. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's doing more than me, you know. He's not sitting in this room by himself talking to, I mean, of course I enjoy talking to everyone out there, but you know, he's not in here talking whatever I'm doing out here. I don't even know. All right. But you guys should take a look at that on that little series on Netflix. Johnny Manziel's Untold, whatever it is. I can't even remember. Like, I don't know. Got me. Every time I come around a thing, dang, dang, you know. All right, everyone, I'm gonna roll out of here. To all you parents, hopefully the week goes well with your kids being back at school, and I hope you guys get to you know, get a little bit of R&R for a moment. You guys can get back on your regular, you know, scheduled program and that sort of deal. So, all right, everyone out there, good luck to you this week. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you back here next Monday. Like I said before, trying to get a guest in here, trying to get this freaking number set up. My week has just been, last week was just crazy. This week I'm going to have some more downtime, so I'll be putting more together than what is going on at the moment, but it is what it is. So, all right, everyone, stay true to yourselves, and we'll catch you next week. You know what I'm talking about?